The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
All right, checking in on Bitcoin. The CoinDesk Bitcoin price XVX index is trading above $48,000 right now. Bitcoin slightly up about 92 basis points. And the CoinDesk Ether price ETH index is above 3,600. ETH also advancing 6.3% over the past 24 hours. And the DFX, CoinDesk's DeFi index, is right now trading above $700. DeFi charging ahead over 8% for the day. Joining us now to discuss the crypto markets and more is Ahmed Shabana, Managing Director at venture fund Parkpine Capital. Welcome to the show, Ahmed. So one of the stories we're tracking is definitely Ethereum. Over $1 billion worth of Ethereum has been burned after the EIP 1559 update so far. That's the amount that's been burned. And a percentage of the new ETH supply being destroyed to control the supply of ETH and as part of the ETH 2.0 upgrade. So we now see ETH charging ahead, crossing the $3,600 threshold. Do you see ETH as a store of value or deflationary asset? Or what is the value proposition of ETH?
Christine, thank you for having me today. Definitely. The rise in price is not just the amount being burned, it's over 300,000 ethers burned. But if you actually see the real use potential of Ether, and that being the development platform for choice in a lot of the startups that are really well-funded and backed, you would really understand why the demand and adoption is increasing. And making Ethereum much more growing at a much higher rate, much more adoption than Bitcoin, making it really bigger than all of the companies that you probably know about, like whether it's PayPal or Bank of America or even Visa. So it's actually the use case. That's what we think. And this is why we've been very bullish on Ethereum since over a year.
Mm-hmm. What coins are you bullish on compared to, are you still invested in Bitcoin, or now are you turning your sights on Ethereum or DeFi protocols?
Well, we support we would say 95% of our strategy is Ethereum. We're very, very focused on backing Ethereum-based companies and that token in general, but we definitely for going very bullish on the whole crypto space, but super focused on Ethereum. We really believe in that use case. And even before all that increase, in our DNA at Parkpine, we really support CEOs like Bill, and just that potential even outside the US or Europe and Africa. The increase we saw at 1,200% increase in growth in crypto market in just Africa. It's just insane. So we are really confident that this is a great way for us to support these entrepreneurs globally.
Supporting
that's
Bill
the focus
from
we're
Abra,
in.
who we just spoke to earlier.
Exactly.
What about Ether alternatives such as Solana and Polkadot, and Algorand, which we've seen rising, or we've seen with a lot of volatility as they still grow their projects?
Yeah, well, it's definitely amazing how Solana has been able to grow. You're talking 8,000%, or if I'm not mistaken, up till today. But the downtimes
8,000%, yeah,
says something
year
about
to date.
Sounds like the downtimes there's a bit of a technical work that needs to be done. So all of these alternatives will catch up. But if we're talking, it depends. If you're talking about investment for the average person or an institutional investor, or if you have that kind of capacity to expect that volatility and go with these alternative coins, go for it. But I think generally the market will catch up as a whole when it comes to these alternatives. And every single platform will have a definitely use case and a focus, and it will become more clear which industries, which companies are going to be going with these tokens or these alternatives.
what do you foresee in the price of Ethereum by the end of the year?
Well, we're hoping definitely above 7,500 with this crazy week of the SEC concerns. And but it's not just us. I think everybody, like the recent talks about how it's going to even exceed, Bitcoin's going to exceed 500,000 or even more than 100,000 by next year. It makes the whole projections of Ethereum making 7,500 not as a super optimistic. It's actually a bit conservative. But yeah, we're very optimistic about that. Given 240% increase to date compared to Bitcoin up 38%, it's pretty makes, I think, everybody optimistic.